Hi, I'm here because, well, on this YouTube channel, I've been doing this for a while. I've been on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Those are the main three. And of course, YouTube. Right, okay. I'm pretty sure I said the YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Okay. Um, this video is mainly for YouTube. Um, and so I'm not on Facebook anymore. As we all know, those are monitoring spirits there. Uh, you don't really get much there. It's just a lot of meddlesome people who kind of look and, you get it. So TikTok is Rika6591 and my Instagram is Rika9449. Um, those sound so generic. And the Rika Jones 9630. I don't remember the numbers because as you put it in, they just give you um, a name, and those are the ones that they came up with. Um, I didn't bother messing around with it because I just really don't care to or have the time um, to worry about that. But I'll eventually remember those numbers. So I'm here because God has taken me through a long journey over the years. The ministry, having to like really start recording and all those things. I say about maybe a little bit over 5 years, but I've been learning and doing all those things for about a decade. Um, and but I've been learning all my life. He's been growing me ever since I was a kid. But I'm talking about actually knowing, and trying to actually go out and do the work and things like that for 10 years. Um, what else? So there's a lot. The people that's it's only had 2 subscribers so far, which is awesome. I thank you. Um, help and get the word out. Um, that about these websites, these platforms that I have. Um, my hands are dry. So when I was going through, and this is just me introducing myself again, Rika Jones. I'm not going to share any more than that than about the ministry. Um, so because there's danger in that. There's danger in sharing too much because there's some crafty people out there that'll take your information and you know do damage. So I deleted some of the videos, but I kept some. And the reason why is because, well, some of the ones I deleted is because you couldn't really hear me, and it was me preparing. It was like a trial and error. I didn't know what it was. And then most of the videos was God talking to me, like directing it to me, like about Moses and how he was to get the Israelites, to the new land and um, just all those things. So it was just mainly like eat the scroll and all that was really directed to me. And then it was some directed to others too. Sometimes um, you'll see a person like me come on a video and start talking, and it is really directed to someone else because God has many. As he was telling me in the beginning of my journey, he was like, "There's many people like you. Let me know. Don't get big headed. There's many people. In the Bible it talks about like how the ears and the hands and the feet, how they operate. They all need to come together as one to operate as one big machine, if that makes sense. Um, so like the head and not the tail. The tail, like you don't you'll only no, that's a different one. But again, you need your head and you need your behind too. But that's something else. Like you're no longer the tail. You're the head and not the tail. And people talk about like you're a leader and God chooses the lowly people. We'll go through all those things. But I wanted to tell you that I kept some of them because I wanted you to see how things were working with me, how God was working. Um, I had wrapping thing on. I was wearing skirts. I didn't do my nails, things like that. And God was taking me different religions, their rules and stuff. And it was all to teach me what people actually go through in the world, like what women really have to suffer. Because my head was burning hot when I had my head wrapped. And this woman was like, "Oh, well, they're used to it. They're used to it." It's like, that's horrible to get used to something like that. Um, and it was just basically saying, well, God was, He took my purses. Um, it was a lot. I couldn't wear jewelry. I couldn't do a lot. And it was just all taking me through the different religions, like, um, holiness, wear skirts. They only allow to wear skirts. Women, um, different religions, the woman has to stay covered, things like that. And God is just showing me, telling me, like, look, um, and this is it's just, I guess I'm sharing this video and sharing this in this video, but the devil uses religion to divide and conquer, and that women only supposed to cover her head um, in time of prophesying, or she does this, cut their hair or shave it off or whatever, if she does do that. Um, but when you pray or give a God's message or things like that, women should cover their head if their hair is real long, or because it's their glory. And with man, I don't know why. Well, this is a whole nother video. Um, and a man covers his head. If he covers his head, he's shaming himself when he's praying or prophesying. He doesn't always have to have his uh, head uncovered, but when he prophesies or when he prays, he should not have his head covered because it's shaming himself in front of God. Um, but it's all in the Bible. But I talked about that because I don't want you to think like you look at my other videos and like, oh, she's contradicting herself, and why is she wearing lipstick, and why is she wearing jewelry now? Everything in moderation. Um, I've just learned a lot. I've been through the storms, and God just prepared me for such a time as this, to deliver His messages. And so that's what this is all about. We're going to learn together, grow together, and this is a safe place. I'm trying to make it as safe as possible, because you will have some bullies here that say, well, we're the true Israelites, or we're, all these things. The Bible's man-made, and we are here to teach each other and grow. We are all vessels that, God picks and chooses who He uses and who He don't use. But we all can grow from even the smallest seed, the smallest information. You just grab little nuggets and things here and there. But I hope I said everything that I needed to say. But this video is mainly to reintroduce myself through, as you see, the old videos. You know, like I wear pants now. I don't. I do everything in moderation. I don't have like layers and layers of jewelry, and I have my necklace, earrings, maybe a watch. I have a bracelet, my glasses. I don't, wear big nails and big eyelashes, and everything's. But he wants you to be modest, and people make fun of modesty. Being modest is not cool. Well, I'll talk about it. It was on TikTok, this big thing about women, how they dress in gyms now. That's okay. You wear what you wear to go to the gym, but you don't have to have a big line going up your crack, like showing your butt. It's like, are we really arguing about that? Really? We're arguing about, and people like me, plus size people, are supposed to be jealous, and because we can't wear stuff like that, they wear it too. They wear it too. I saw a lady that, and when we wear it, it's actually porn. Well, I don't know if I could say that word, But it's actually, you know, when we actually wear it, because it's like it's really, really distasteful. Because it's like a lot more, you know. And she was just hopping and, you know, because men are women too. And a real anyway. So I can see like when you wear leggings and you wear a top, you know, and you don't want to be hot, that's fine. You know, I don't see nothing wrong with that. And if God convicts me with that, you know, because it's being modest, like you covered. But when you have lines growing up and creases and making it really, um, what's the word? Not vivid. You don't leave nothing to the imagination. You see your top, your boob, you know what I'm saying, your boobs. Um, you see um, lines where you would, you know, it's just basically, it's just not your skin color. It's purple, blue, whatever, but it's really, you're really naked, you know? You know what I mean. So, and then a guy said, well, he said, well, the woman's saying, well, men do it too. Talking about men wearing their shirts, have their shirts off, you know? And I was like, she's right. I mean, man shouldn't, you know, just have your shirt off walking around because we're sexual beings too. We see a guy like, oh, you know, like look at your chest and stuff, and should nobody be walking around naked? I mean, showing off anything, man or woman. And it's not cool. It's not fair to a person who's trying to make it to the kingdom. So I said that because where was I going with that? Why did I say that? Oh, because I talked about dressing. That's why I went left, because I'm talking about being modest, man and woman. But it's mainly saying woman needs to be dressing modestly, you know, not of pearls and, you know, like just outrageous, you know, stuff. And then once God convict me, if He says that I'm doing wrong, because He hasn't, that's why I was able to, you know, get my earrings and stuff out, because He knows I love Jerry, and people who's like a crown, and you just read your Bible. People wear stuff like that. It's just you don't want to overdo it. Everything in moderation. That's what's in the Bible. Everything in moderation. And I had a woman. It was on TikTok. I follow her. She's awesome. And she was like showing her shoulder, and she was like, "What is this?" You know, like because demons do stuff. They program you, and they get you ready to look like them. Like when you tattoo things on your face, or like I have a tattoo on my chest. You know, like demons do stuff to your body. Like God doesn't want you to tattoo your body, and He doesn't want you to, you know, I don't know what you call it. Um, I know what you call it. I just can't say it like because I end up saying it wrong. And you know when you can't, and I notice like if you cannot spell something, you usually pronounce it wrong. Um, so no, I'm not. I was gonna try to say it. I was like, nope, nope, I'm not gonna do it. But so yeah, that's what this video is. This video is about. You know, me getting back on YouTube. I'm on TikTok and Instagram. I'm getting back on Instagram, and just if you have any questions about God, I'm here. We growing together. Feel free to talk. You know, talk about, you know, where, you know, if you want to say we're the Israelites. Well, you know, I feel some kind of way about that because it's like it really doesn't matter. But we can talk about it, but it doesn't matter who is original or whatever. We're all God's children. You know what I mean? Um, and what else? Which is good to know. It's good to know the reason why we're like that, of all whatever race that, you know, Asians or whatever, you know, whatever is listened to as African Americans, that's what they want to call us or whatever. We're like that because we have been est on for so long, and it's like it's nice to know that the Most High, you know, It's like, no, these are, the original, like my people that I made. He made us, the beginning of time, was this, Um, that's my understanding. And then over time, and that but that's it, it's just, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm just saying it because it's like we have been taught that we're inferior, that we're nothing, and our cultures, like we're just, look it up. I'm not going to use this platform for that, but it's horrible what people have done to us over time. It's sad. And if you go anywhere in the world, it's African Americans just trash. We're trash. And that's not true. You know, we are all people. We are all God's people. And there's the devil's children, and then there's God, y'all's children. That's it. It's not about race or whatever. It's like you are of your devil. You are of your father, the devil, Satan. That's what God tells them. Those who don't do His will, those are those. Not black or white, not Asian or Hispanic. It's just we all are God's. Not all God's children, obviously, but there's children of the devil and there's children of God. Yeah, and that's it. And that's all we need to focus on, especially here, or anywhere, because it's divide and conquer, divide and conquer. You got to figure out what side you're on. Um, you got to figure out if you're on the devil's side or God's side, and then we'll go to war. That's how we do, not fighting each other. God's people fighting each other. We can't get. I'm telling you, the people. Now we're going somewhere. The people in Hollywood or whatever, they witchcraft and all that beautiful stuff that they do, the sorcery and all that stuff, they on it. They get up late at night and do rituals and all, they on it. They on it. But God's people are too busy fighting about skin color, religion, and you can't wear this, you can't do that, you can't eat pork. We are all God's children, and we got to get together. We got to do this so we can fight the big fight, the battle, versus, the devil. And then we on God's side. We are His warriors, and we got to get. So this is what this is about. I'm trying to get and branch you all out to start teaching, so we can all get all our people together and get ready for war. Okay? So this is what this platform is about. And this platform, my Instagram and this, YouTube and TikTok, is about us, learning about what God wants and how we remain humble. And during these times, and always remain humble, and how we're going to learn to love each other, and we're going to grow. We're going to grow as God's people, God's children, and we're going to behave as such. And we are not going to be of the devil. We are not listening to them. We are not, we're not criticizing them either, we're just speaking truth. And hopefully we can get some of them on our side and to welcome, always be welcoming. Okay. Love you guys. And I hope I said everything, but this is mainly it. We're going to learn about what God wants and how to behave, and it's not, learn about the stories, and we're going to learn. Okay.